Okay children, in this if conditional class, in exam point of view, how do they ask the question is this way. That is, here you see, we can get either as a 1 mark question or as a 2 mark question. Sometimes both the way. In 1 mark question, they will give the sentence like this and we have to fill the dash. Okay. In 2 mark question, they will give it as to main class and they will ask us to use combine the sentence using if class. Okay. So what is here? Already we saw this example. If you listen carefully, you will write well. First, we should understand the structure of the if conditional class. The sentence begins with the if and the first part we call it as if class. If class. And the second part of the sentence, that will be the subject verb, okay? And this part is called as the main class. And main thing, what is the change occur here is in the verb part, according to the type of the sentence. So this is the structure of this if conditional class. If class and a main class. In this video, we are going to work out the first question type, that is 1 mark question answers. How it is asked and how you have to answer. I hope you will remember all the verb formats and its type. Okay. So the first type, let us see. If you, first I have written one example each. Okay. If you study well, dash pass the exam. If you study well, you dash pass the exam. First, what you have to see? You have to see the verb. It is in verb 1. So what we have to use? This comes under type 1. Can you tell me now? If you find in if class, if you find verb 1 in main class, we have to use will or shall plus V1. So what is the answer here? Will pass. Will pass. If you study well, you will pass. Very good. Type 2. If you dash study, you would pass the exam. If you dash study, you would pass the exam. How we have to find? We have to find. For example, in if class, they have given the answer. That is, here we have to see the verb. Okay. Here they have given the dash, then we have to see the main class. Main class verb. Would pass. What is here? Would pass. Then you have to remember, this is the way. Imaginary condition. That is, when you find would plus V1, then if class you have to use verb 2. So study will be changed into studied. Then type 3, if you had studied, you dash pass the exam. So here you see, the dash is given in the main class. So let us see this if class verb. Had studied. Had plus V3. That is, this comes under type 3. Had plus V3 means what we have to use? Very good. Would have plus V3. So what is the answer here? Would have. What is the third form of past? Past. I have to explain these 3 types. I have taken same example because no other parts of the sentence get any changes. The main change occurs only in the verb area. So here you see type 1. Present tense. Study means here simple future. Will or shall plus V1. Studied. Past tense means in type 2. Past tense means would plus V1. In type 3. Had plus studied. That is had plus V3. Past perfect means would have plus V3. We have seen this 3 model. The other one, what is that? It is 0 condition. Very easiest one. The thing is, when we in both the part of the sentence also we use simple present tense. Example, if you drop the glass, it breaks. So when we have to use this 0 condition, when the sentence expresses facts, scientific facts and proverbs and universal truths. Okay, that is the rule for simple present tense. The same here. In that time we have to use this zero condition. Okay, if you drop the glass, it breaks. Both the place simple present. Now let us see here. If you dash heat water, it evaporates. So how can we find here? Okay, in the second part of the main class also it is simple present, so we have to use simple present here, V1. So heat, heat. Okay, so zero condition, the first one is zero condition where the verb is simple present in both if class and the main class, and then type 1, type 2, type 3. So now we are going to see and work out some of the examples for all the types. Now we are going to work out these examples. Okay, so while we are working out the example, what we have to do? We have to see the verb part either in if class or in main class to find out the type. Let's see. If you heat ice, it dash melt. If you heat, what's the verb here? Heat. And what is the sentence expresses? It's a fact. Zero condition. So we have to use here simple present. It melt or melts. Melts. Why we are adding s here? Because it is third person. Third person takes singular verb. Okay, so we have to add a s. Then second example. When you drop the glass, it break. Here, what's the verb? Okay, it is in present. What is the condition of the sentence? It is in zero condition. When you drop the glass, it break. It's a fact. Okay, so we have to use the verb simple present. Break or breaks? Break or breaks? Breaks. Why? Here, it is third person. So we have to use singular verb. Next example. If you dash stand in rain, you get wet. Okay, in main class see the verb. What's the verb here? Get. It's in present. So it's understood. We have to use present here in if class also. If you stand. If you stand is verb 1 also, stand. Then next example. If Ram dash serve me, I dash pay him. In both dash, how will you feel? You should try to understand the sentence condition. Zero condition or type probable condition or impossible condition or things that did not happen, like that we have to think. So let's see. If Ram serve me, I pay him. So it may happen. If he is serving, he is ready to pay. It may happen. So type 1. So if Ram, type 1, what is the verb here? The present tense. Simple present tense. If Ram serves me, I will pay him. I will pay him. We understood type 1. So in if class, present tense. In main class, simple future. Next example. If he work hard, he will pass. In main class, find out the verb. Tense of the verb is simple future. We have to use present tense. Simple future in if class, simple present. If he works hard. What's the verb? Works hard. Okay. Next example. If he comes late, I dash find him. Verb is in present tense. It's not any fact. Okay, it is only, it may happen. So type 1. If he comes late, we have to use simple future. I will find him. In this if conditional class, there is a possibility the main class may be in passive form also. See here. If he comes late, he dash find. Can you write he will find? If he comes late, he will find? No. So try to understand the second part of the sentence, whether it is in passive or active. So if he comes late, he will be fined. He will be fined. I hope you can follow the examples. I am just working out few examples in order to make you understand. When you mark answers, what you have to do, that you have to find out the tense of the verb and then fill the dash. Likewise, we saw examples for zero condition and type 1. Now let us see the rest of the things. If I dash have a car, I would give you a lift. What is the verb? Would give. Would give means it is in type 2. We have to use past tense. If I have will be changed into had. Okay. Have is changed into had. That is, how did you find out? Would give. Would give means type 2. We have to use past tense. Next example. If Ravi tried, he does success. Okay. In if class verb is there. Let us find it out. It is in V2. That is past tense. Then we have to use would plus V1. Would plus verb 1. We have to change this into a verb form. If they have given like this one, success, noun form they have given. If it is given so, we have to use V1. What is that one? Succeed. Succeed. Okay. Next example. This is a very important one. Often asked the question type. If I dash be a bird, I would fly. Where is the verb? Here in main class. Would plus V1. Would plus V1 we have to use V2. Okay. When it is be form verb, V2 is not was. We have to use where. I takes where in if conditional class. You remember that alone. Okay. If you find I and you are asked to use be form verb, then we have to use where. If I were a bird, I would fly. Okay. Next example. If I dash have a car, I would have given a lift. You see, here also I have used the same example. Here, if I had a car, I would give, because we saw would give. So type 2, we have used past tense. The same example here. See the verb would have plus V3, give, gave, given, V3. Would have plus V3 means what you have to use? Do you remember the rule? Do you remember the rule? Would have plus V3 means in if class we have to use had plus V3. So what is here? Answer here. Had, okay, plus V3. V3 means again had. Had. If I had a car, I would have given a lift. So these are all little things we have to remember. Okay, let's see next example. If Ram dash come on time, he would not have missed her. Let's underline the verb. Would not have missed. Would have plus V3. Of course, it is in negative form. What is the rule, pa? Would have plus V3. Not as is not a thing. That is according to the sentence it differs. Would have plus V3 means we have to use in if class what we have to use? Had plus V3. What is the answer here? Had. If Ram had come on time, he would not have missed her. Hope you can understand. If he worked hard, he dash pass in all examination. Here what we have to underline? What's the verb? If he worked hard. Okay. What is the verb? It is in V2. V2. Good. What's the answer then? V2 means, do you remember the format? In if class, if you find V2, in main class we have to use would plus V1. So, would V1 pass? If he had worked hard, he would pass in all examination. Okay, we worked out some of the examples. Now please try to say this answer. If I had money, I dash help you. Let us find the verb. Here what is the verb? Had money or had? Had money or had? No, only had, because money is a noun. Because always we had a practice of in if conditional class, whenever we see had, plus a word, we always think that it is had plus V3 form. No, my dear children, we have to analyze whether it is verb form or noun form. So here only V2. So what is the answer? If I had money, I would help. Would plus V1. So like this is one to be remembered. This is one important model. Similar example only. If I dash have money, I would have helped the poor. Let's see the verb. What's the verb here? Would have plus V3. So type 3, isn't it? Type 3. What we have to use? Do you remember? What we have to use? We have to use would have plus V3 means had plus V3. In if class, had plus V3. So what is the answer? If had plus V3. Have. What is the third format? Had. If I had money, I would have helped the poor. I wrote these two examples repeatedly because this is a little difficulty level in this if conditional class regarding this 1 mark questions. Dear children, I hope these examples are clear for you. In the next video, I shall explain you the 2 mark if conditional class. Okay, thank you.